This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Make a beautiful website all in one place, all on your terms with Squarespace. Every year on February 1st, comic artists or anyone who wants to join in create a comic for every hour that they are awake. This is my hourly comic day 2025. Here we go. This year, February 1st fell on a Saturday, so I just usually wake up around 8 o'clock anyway. And thankfully, I've also accidentally trained my cats to learn that they don't get fed until after I take a shower and get ready for the day. So they will let me sleep in for as late as I want, which is a really bad thing because I will sleep in very late and they will just sit there and starve and sleep with me. Because I usually lay in bed petting my kitties and looking at my phone for a bit, these two panels were very easy to draw because it's just my head in bed. But I wasn't quite confident in the style I was tackling these comics in yet, so I was kind of nervous at this point. Plus, you know, I wasn't drawing these in bed, so I'm already behind. I was nervous. But here we go. We are in hour 2, and to be honest, not much has happened in my life yet. I laid in bed, and then eventually I got up and took a shower. And something I thought would be really cute to focus on this year is that I am not used to customizing my look so much, accessorizing, I guess. I got my first ear piercing last year, which was then followed by several more piercings and also tattoos. So I'm still getting used to waking up in the morning and having more choices than just the clothes I'm wearing, but also the jewelry. I'm wearing more necklaces, rings even. Who am I? Oh, I even forgot to mention I have my nose pierced, which you will notice throughout all these comics. I will constantly forget to add the piercings because I'm just not used to drawing them. At this point, I'm still trying to figure out what style I want to work in. Definitely one of my least favorite pages, but it did help me decide that I did want to add the details of my earrings as best as I could in all the comics, so I guess there's that. Oh boy, being a Saturday gives me the rare chance to leave the house with Dave. Of course, we are taking this opportunity to go get donuts. Getting donuts on a Saturday morning used to be a tradition until I think we just got burnt out of donuts. And I'm not gonna lie, did today being hourly comic day also encourage me to leave the house so that I could draw something other than me sitting at my computer drawing all day? Yes, but you know what? That's why we like to do stuff like this, because it gets you out of the house and eating donuts, apparently. So, as you can see from the comic, Dave, my husband, has been making me watch the remake of Ranma 1/2. It's an anime I grew up with. I watched the anime, I read the manga. There are titties and nipples just out and about in that anime, and they remade it to where there's just boobs and no nipple. If you're gonna show the boob, just show the nipple, cowards. I also just don't like remakes, so that's 10 a.m. We are continuing the theme of this super slow, lazy Saturday morning. It's 11 o'clock and I'm just now making coffee. Why didn't I drink coffee with the donuts? I'm not a super big fan of black coffee, and I find adding milk to coffee is too much sweetness added to a sweetness of a donut, so I like to make a iced latte that I can sip on for an hour or longer. It's just a little treat that I can sip on while I work and draw and do things. Hot coffee, I feel like I'm on a timer and I have to finish it super quickly before it gets cold and then it tastes disgusting. I'm also happy to announce that this is actually the last panel that I absolutely don't like, and from here on out, I absolutely love this entire project. I did think about redoing a few of the panels early on that I just felt like were not great, especially as I found my style. I want to stay true to going as fast as you can. That being said, I absolutely love the panel of me and the kitties watching the rain out the window. Very cute. I'm really finding my style and finding a groove and a way of working on these comics that I absolutely love. You guys, I think I'm transforming into a comic artist for some reason. I don't know why I say some reason. It's not that weird. I mean, maybe I only wanted to make kids, children's picture books because I didn't know comic book making was something that I could do because I'm very slow at making art. That being said, these comics took me a few days longer than February 1st lasts. I think because I decided to make this into a video for YouTube, I let myself take my time and not go as fast as I probably could have gone making these. But by taking a little extra time, I did have a project I was very happy with, so I think it was worth it. I've actually joined in Hourly Comic Day one time in the past, and it was all the way back in 2017. I did it pen on paper, so I felt like I worked a lot quicker because I just had to accept what I put down. When it came to digital artwork, as you can see, most of these drawings I didn't even sketch for unless I really felt stuck. Oh, in this comic, if you can't tell, is me trying to get some artwork done, and then oopsies, I'm playing video games. How did that happen? Before we move on with our hourly comic day, let's move on to our sponsor of the day. Squarespace. Design Intelligence. Introducing Design Intelligence from Squarespace, combining 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology to unlock your strongest creative potential. Squarespace Payments. Squarespace Payments. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Okay, anyway, Squarespace. Get started with Squarespace Payments with just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away. Make your very own online store where the Squarespace commerce platform makes managing everything from inventory to sales and customers simple. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/KaseyGolden to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace. Let's get back to the video. As I work on art, whether it be for a video, my own personal artwork, my comics, I usually like to have something in the background, whether it be music, YouTube, a movie. And lately I've been binge watching a lot of Rhett and Link's content. Sometimes I will binge several seasons of a show, then I'll get hooked on podcasts, then I'll go back to watching Twitch streamers. Right now I seem to be going through another YouTube phase. Rhett and Link are just a classic oldie but goodie on YouTube. Obviously I grew up with YouTube as it was created. I watched Rhett and Link's content when they were just starting out. They create so much content, so there's always something ready to just go back to, and it's always going to be goofy and fun, so it's good to have in the background. If you noticed at the very beginning of this drawing, I was actually drawing myself drawing because I was drawing my comic Sketch Scouts while watching Rhett and Link, but then I thought to myself, you know how many times I'm going to draw myself drawing in this comic? I should draw what I'm watching instead. Apparently I got bored of Rhett and Link, so I moved on to a movie that I have, oh my god, probably watched. This is the 4th time this week. Why? I don't know. But I have. The Brave Little Toaster is a absolute classic in my childhood rotation of films, and I'm pretty sure it's one of my top childhood most watched movies. I feel like there might be some more Brave Little Toaster content coming from my art in the future, so I think I might save my rants and ramblings and talking about this bizarre movie in those videos, I guess. I'll use this opportunity to talk about what I'm drawing. Oh my gosh. Fun fact, I guess. The Procreate time-lapse video of this particular one was actually the longest out of all of the comics. I guess it's the amount of detail that I was putting into the mini characters that are on the left side. That's 6 characters in the background, and on the right side, it's just me in a chair. I had to draw my favorite scene from the movie for this panel because that scene will forever be burned into my memory because it absolutely traumatized me as a child. And I will never forget it, among others from this movie. Okay, anyways, I said I was gonna talk about the art and I just started talking about this movie again. Help, I can't escape this movie. Will someone please help me? This movie is controlling my life. The rest of the drawings are just Brave Little Toaster. I think 3 o'clock might be my absolute favorite 2-panel part in this entire series. I think, maybe? I love the composition. I love the way the word bubble flows from one panel to the other. I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys don't even see what I'm talking about. When one of our cats, Ham, gets super hyper, Dave, my husband, likes to chase him around the house. My art studio is in the basement, so when Dave starts chasing Ham around, all I hear is boom, boom, boom right above my head as he chases the cat through the house. It's pretty cute, not gonna lie. They're definitely having their little bonding moment. I know there have been times when I'm recording audio and I can hear him chasing Ham across the room, and I think to myself, maybe I can use the audio. Maybe you can't hear them chasing, and sure enough, you can just hear lightly in the background, boom, 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 boom. Are there times when I was too lazy to re-record the audio? Are there videos out there where you can hear Dave chasing Ham in the background if we really listen between the music? Maybe. Probably. You cannot have an hourly comic day without mentioning, oh, I was gonna say food. I already ate donuts in this comic. Okay, but eating donuts and actually drawing ingredients and like a knife and the cutting and the cooking and the ingredients, it's like a whole thing. Food comics, you know? Anyway, I am not skilled at making food look delicious in comics yet. In fact, I get some hilarious comments on my Sketch Scouts comic. My comic is in black and white except for the occasional pink, yellow, red. Otherwise, it's black and white, and I recently had these characters eat food, and the food is in black and white. And I keep things simple in this comic, and people said it looked like they were eating concrete, which I'm pretty sure is just because it was in black and white, but I actually am very happy with this spread. I think both the food drawing and the cute drawing of me. And you know what? Maybe the Sketch Scouts do eat concrete. Is that so wrong? Is it? On the previous comic, I mentioned I was fueled for gaming because it was time for games with friends on the weekend. Scheduling time, even online, just to play some games with friends is a good way to stay sane and social, so I would highly recommend it if you are a hermit like me, whose only social interaction is with the grocery store checkout person once a week. Anyway, one of the games my friend group has been playing is Content Warning. It's kind of like it's a game. I don't know. It's goofy. We have fun. A lot of my friend group, quote, game playing time is really just time for us to vent about our personal lives and yap while sort of playing a video game, but mostly yapping and screaming. That about sums it up. So as you can see, we are on hour 2 of playing video games, and if you're wondering if I'm all caught up on hourly comics for the day, absolutely not. I talked earlier about how, because I knew this was going to be a video, I was going to take my time and not worry about finishing it. I also have my own personal comic that is on a schedule, so that needed to get done. That's the bummer about being an artist. On the weekend, normal people that have normal jobs have time off to hang out, but you as an artist have 20 different projects you're working on, and you have to choose if you love art or your family more. Whew, that's a hard one. Just kidding. I chose my family. I'm playing video games for another 2 hours. Now, when I say I choose family, I still have that itch to create, so I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, you know, my team will set off on their little video game adventure and uh-oh, Kasey, how did you get killed by that easy level 1 slime? Oh my god. Silly Kasey. No, Kasey wanted to keep drawing. Kasey got really into this drawing and unfortunately does not have the willpower to game responsibly. But the good news is that she gets to draw now. Sorry, team. Usually when this starts to happen, this is when I decide that it's probably best to stop playing video games and I should just focus on doing art. But sometimes you feel bad being that person calling video game night over. So to be fair, I don't die on purpose. I just end up doing something really stupid or sloppy and end up dying more easily than I should have. Finally, we took an L and we all died, so we decided to call game night over. And it was time for me to sit down and focus on art, but oh no, I had sat on my butt and played video games for too many hours, and now I'm feeling lazy and too tired to do any drawing. Okay, that's sort of a lie. I was feeling very sluggish after sitting around playing video games for too many hours, but I didn't actually take a nap or anything. I did get to work. I was just very slow to get back into into the groove of doing art. That's the silly thing, right? When I was playing video games, gosh, I sure wanted to do some art really bad. So bad that I was dying on purpose. Oh, video game time is over. I guess it's time to do some art. Oh no, I'm too tired to do art. I love being an artist. You know when you really need to make art, so you pressure yourself into making art and you tell yourself you better make art and it better look good, don't mess this up, and so you look at your paper and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna mess this up, and you start telling yourself, hey, you're running out of time, you gotta start drawing something really good. If you don't start drawing something really good now, you're not gonna have enough time, and then it's gonna look like doo-doo, and it's gonna look like doo-doo because you didn't have enough time, and the cycle continues. Yeah, it's like that. But in all fairness, I probably did get some work done. I just wanted to draw something that wasn't me drawing. So I had fun. Look at my arm, it's swirling around the panel. Woo. This is another hourly comic about, you guessed it, me drawing. I think at this point I was really focused in just getting work done because my comic sketch scouts needed to be posted tomorrow and this comic had to get done tonight. So it was time to get serious. The only allowed distractions were my cat Cheese. She did come up for some cuddles at some point, but other than that, I got my comic done. Yay. Oh my gosh, speaking of sketch scouts, I never talked about the color palette of this comic. I actually pulled it from sketch scouts. Well, it's just grays plus one yellow for an accent color. And I love the yellow. I think it turned out really fun. It just added a little something. And for my final waking hour of February 1st, waking hour? Who even says that? 11 o'clock means it's time to feed the kitties. I used to ask my cats who's hungry, and that just got them super riled up and they would literally be jumping off of and on every single piece of furniture. So after I trained them to sit and do other commands, we got them to super chill out during mealtime, and now they sit down, but they do continue to scream at us and be overly excited. I love the drawing. It's super cute. And then we have Dave and I kissing in bed, moi, with our kitties. Oh my god, I forgot I showed my weird pillow in the footage because I was gonna talk about it, but then I ran out of time. If anyone watching this video has piercings or fresh piercings, I would Google piercing pillow. They're amazing because I have so many new fresh piercings. I just had to buy a pillow with a hole in it for my ear. It's amazing. Would recommend. Happy Comic Day 2025, and thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys should join in hourly Comic Day 2026, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.